All right, guys, it's time for your every Tuesday edition of a Michael Jordan record collection where we look at the Michael Jordan cards that sold in the most recent Fanatics weekly auction. In this case, it's auction number 202 that ended on November 30th. That broke all-time records or got close to all-time records. Normally, we only look at Michael Jordan cards under $2,000, but I'll be honest with you, it's getting harder and harder to find Michael Jordan cards that are breaking all-time records. We knew this time would come. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for you today, and I did a little bit of cheating and included some cards that sold for over $2,000 just because they happen to be cards that I sold myself on Fanatics using the promo code Cajun, all capital letters. Watch this video, watch these 6 all-time records, let me know what you think about these cards, and let me know what you think about the current state of the Michael Jordan card market. Enjoy. I'm super excited to announce that the Cajun Cardboard brand has added another affiliate partner. It's BCW Supplies. You can find them at bcwsupplies.com for all of your card collecting, protecting, and display needs. Penny sleeves, top loaders, boxes, anything you need. There's page after page of supplies at BCW. Just make sure at checkout you use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, to get 10% off of your order. All right, guys, we'll start from the top and work our way down with the biggest card first. And again, the first 3 cards you see, they're all going to be over $2,000, but these are all my cards as well. Before we get cranking, if you guys do me a favor, if you're going to submit your cards to Fanatics and sell your cards, whether it's Jordan or Curry or one of the Thompson brothers or Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, or SpongeBob, do me a favor. Use the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, when you create your submission on the Fanatics Collect website. It is so easy, a Cajun could do it. You just type in Cajun, all capital letters, and a little green check mark comes up, and you know that you've helped to support the Cajun Cardboard channel, and you can feel great about yourself, and we can keep this channel going and keep the content coming. 365 videos a year is not easy, and I appreciate all of you who have supported me from the beginning, and anybody that's new on board, welcome to the channel. All right, let's get cranking. Here we go. Screen share. Card number 1. You guys know it. You guys love it. This is the Michael Jordan 93 Skybox Premium Center Stage. I prominently featured this in a recent video I did a couple months ago where we looked at Michael Jordan's best inserts from the year 1992 and 1993. This center stage insert was in there for sure. You'll find it in tier 4 of your Michael Jordan hierarchy project posters. This card sold last night, my card, for $3,600. I'm going to end up netting somewhere close to more than the highest gross sales price for this card ever. This sort of surprised me. I did not expect this card to do great. As you guys can see, $3,600 is the highest price ever sold, November 30th. There I am. It's a Pop 71 card. Here's what shocked me is because the card had started to trend downward, and we've seen Michael Jordan cards hit their peak and they're starting to come down a little bit, still doing historically great, but this one for some reason went bananas, and I'm not really sure why. This is a $2,000 card. This is in May of this year. Guys, we're in December of 2025. This was 6 months ago, $2,000 card, 27, 3,300, back to 3,000. And then last night, it explodes for $3,600. Maybe they liked the PSA label. I don't know what it is about this card, but it did great last night. Again, if you want to get a PSA 10, good luck grading it yourself. 2.89% gem rate. There are 71 PSA 10s out there. Card number 2 on the list that broke an all-time record. Again, this is a Cajun PC special. Out the door with my extremely overlooked, extremely undervalued, although last night somebody clicked clicked the bid button all the way up to $3,600. This is the 98 Upper Deck Ionics Warp Zone, and my copy sold last night on November 30th for $3,600, which ties the all-time record. The highest record before that was September 28th, and that card had an NBA gold sticker. So I was, needless to say, very thrilled that my card matched the sale of the prior Warp Zone sale with the NBA Gold sticker, which occurred on September 28th. It also sold on October 12th for $3,480. $3,600 is the new number on that Warp Zone. This is a badass card, and you will find it in your Cajun Cardboard hierarchy as well. Pop 35, 32% gem rate. I don't think people realize the pack odds on this damn thing. There's only been 187 graded in 27 years. Guys, that ain't very many. 35 PSA 10s. Shout out to KD on that one. New number for the warp zone is 3600. That's your number. New number on the center stage, 3600. So there's two great Jordan cards that you guys can compare and contrast and decide, do you like the impossible gem percentage, pop 71 center stage, or do you like the more rare than people realize, tougher pack odds than people realize, pop 35 upper deck Ionics warp zone from 5 years later in 1998 Ionics? The next card is not a PSA 10 at all. It's a PSA 9 Skybox Premium and 1. And this is that card that comes in an invitation, basically. You open it up, you take the card out. This is just the inside of the card being graded, and it is a PSA 9 copy. Why would a PSA 9 Skybox Premium and 1 sell for $3,600, an all-time record? Well, here's why. Because there's 5 PSA 10s. It's a 5% gem rate, and it's only been graded 154 times. So even fewer have been graded of this than the warp zone we just looked at, and it's got the gem rate. So this has got the low gem percentage, the low PSA 10 pop, and the low total quantity of ever been graded. Only 86 by PSA, only 5 PSA 10s. The PSA 10 is worth a lot more than what you see on this screen here where it says 3720. I assure you it's worth a lot more than that. The PSA 9 now is a $3,600 card. Another Cajun Cardboard record. So 3 consecutive records set on by Cajun Cardboard. And that's funny because I sold 11 cards last night. All of them did better than I expected or as I expected. I did not have any disappointments last night. 3 out of the 11 broke all-time records in what is quickly becoming a market where it is becoming more and more rare to break all-time records. We are starting to see a reset as we approach this holiday season. Well, we're smack dab in the middle of the holiday season, as you guys know. I want to remind you guys, my biggest contribution to the hobby since I got involved is the Michael Jordan Hierarchy Project. I pulled together some of the biggest Michael Jordan card collectors in the entire world to put together the Hierarchy Project. It's got 368 images. This is some of the greatest Michael Jordan 90s basketball cards you can get your hands on. These posters are still available. There are only a couple hundred left. Over 700 of these have been sold. All of the details on how you can get into the Michael Jordan card collecting world and get your Hierarchy Project poster are in the YouTube video descriptions to this video and every video that you see on the Cajun Cardboard channel. You can also get more details on this Hierarchy Project poster, which is 3 foot by 2 foot glossy high definition, on the Cajun Cardboard website. The best kept secret, on the back, you've got all the information you need to know and understand everything about these 368 cards. This is the biggest Michael Jordan pack odds list ever compiled. Get your Hierarchy posters now. I ship them in a protective tube, FedEx, with tracking number, so they arrive wrinkle-free and in great condition for you. So 3 great sales right there. Okay, none of these are mine coming forward, and these are getting down a little bit more affordable. A base card that you guys should be familiar with. If you guys have watched my videos, watched my channel, you know I always talk about this as one of my favorite base cards out there. It was a card that also appeared in the Back to Basics 64 card March Madness style bracket project that I did. There's a YouTube playlist on this channel for the Back to Basics tournament that we had, where I let the hobby vote on what they thought was the best Michael Jordan card in the world. It did not get nearly as many plays as it should have. That Back to Basics project took a lot of time and effort, and it was awesome, and I compiled a lot of votes from people in the hobby, so it was very objective. This card sold for $14.70 last night. The old record was $14.50. Actually, that's not even the same card. That was a rave copy in 2014. Well, that's scary. The last one of these sold in October for $14.10 of this year. $14.70 is now the new all-time record. If you don't think it's a rare PSA 10 copy, well, think again. It's an 8% gem rate, pop 42. Shout out to Vin Baker. New number there. Stadium Club Class Axe Refractor PSA 9. Is sold for $588. That is an all-time record for that card, and this is a very, very colorful copy. This card has a horrible tendency to green. I sold a PSA 10 last night that did really, really well, almost the all-time record, the second highest price ever paid for the card. I sold a PSA 10 last night, but the PSA 9 is really the one that did the work last night, because this thing sold for the highest price ever by quite some margin. $481 was the old highest. This one went more than $100 higher than that. Again, there's 600 of these out there, 28 PSA 10s. There's 136 PSA 9s out there to be had. And then the last card in our video is going to be a little obscure. And like I said, I had to dig, man. Look at the number on this. This Upper Deck Athlete of the Century number 82 gold parallel is serial number to 50. It was a bad description. It didn't even have serial number to 50 in the description by Fanatics, and it still sold for $468. That's the all-time record, but what do you expect? The only other copy of a PSA 9 that's ever sold 11 years ago, so it's been 11 years since we've seen the damn thing. The card was $99 back in 2014, sold for $468 last night. You're looking at a card that's got 110, 19, 18. So I think this sale, it was an all-time record, but it seemed low to me. It really did. It really seemed low to me. 468 seemed like a low number for a pop one higher, serial number to 50, Michael Jordan card from the 90s. That's just my personal opinion. But that's it, guys. There's your 6 cards, your Athlete of the Century gold, your Stadium Club Class Axe refractor, of course, with Stackhouse on the back, your 98 Skybox Thunder 106 PSA 10 Pop 42, your and 1 PSA 9 invitation card, inside only. Your Warp Zone does 3,600 and your Center Stage does 3,600 as well. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think about the current state of the Michael Jordan market. It's getting really hard for me to find records. Remember, when I first started doing these record collection videos, it was so easy to find them that I had to pick and choose which ones, and I would leave out 100 that broke all-time records. Last night, I went through about 50, 60 cards, all the way from 3,600 all the way down to what we see, 468, 450, something like that. And I only found 6 records in there. So records are coming fewer and far between. I think that is a sign that the market is slowing a little bit. Certainly the Michael Jordan 90s inserts and parallels market is slowing a little bit. It took a card that hadn't sold in 11 years to break a record at $468. It's just getting harder and harder to get peak prices. And that is okay. It is okay. It is very natural for a market to settle, for people to start, taking a picture, taking a nice mental picture of these charts on Card Ladder, which have this precipitous rise up and to the right in a very short time period, as I have prognosticated many times on this channel. Just because I love the cards doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you guys the truth, that these things were running really hot in a really short time period. And I knew we were going to recalculate, reset, settle, saturate, and then start to run again up and to the right. So as I've said on many occasions, do I think that this Center Stage, will sell for more money 3 months from now than 3,600? No, I do not. Do I think that the Center Stage will sell for more than 3,600 5 years from now? I would bet my ass on it. Yes, I do. So I think long term, there is no better place to put your money than Michael Jordan 90s inserts, especially in high grade. But as far as, the next, I would say from now, and again, we're still seeing historically high prices. You're just not going to break a record. I sold 11 cards last night. All of them were in the top 5 highest prices ever paid, just about. I think on those 11, I think all 5 were in the 5 highest prices ever paid for the 11 cards that I sold. So if you take a step back and have a nice perspective, a nice objective perspective, you can't expect to time the market at peak. It doesn't last, 7 months. There's no 7-month peak. The peak is the peak, and that's why it's called a peak, because at some point you're coming up towards it, at some point you're coming down from it. I think we're coming down from it for the most part. It's getting harder to find these all-time highs. Let me know what you think. What has your experience been when you sell on Fanatics and use the promo code Cajun? What has been your experience on buying cards on the Fanatics weekly auctions? Let me know what you've done recently in the Michael Jordan card market. And if any of these cards went into your collection, well, I'm happy to say that 3 of them came from Cajun Cardboard PC, and I'm happy to pass my treasured babies along to you during my what has become a very, pretty strict, stringent consolidation, journey that I've been on lately, including a very large tier 1, top 10 Michael Jordan card in the world that I picked up last weekend on Golden, believe it or not. Doesn't happen very often, but I found the card I wanted. I went after it heavy, and I actually got it at a lot better price than I thought I was going to get it on. You'll see it on a future mail day, but I did pick up maybe a top 5, top 6 card in my entire collection, and I think one of the 10 best Jordan cards in the world, throwing out the one-of-ones, of course, throwing out the one-of-ones. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.